We are live actually. I just started the stream. So hello. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to a new Lambda class daily. Um, Let me just go search for the YouTube link. All right, the YouTube link is shared. We can start now. Martin, do you want to go first?
Sure. Hello, everybody. So yesterday
You're
I
muted,
was muted. Can
or I can't hear you. Maybe that's my issue.
can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I think it's my issue. Give me a couple of seconds. Sorry about that. Maybe try again.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah. Fixed.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad.
Cool. All right. So I was yesterday. I started. There were some spec tests that we haven't done yet. They are called the sync spec tests, which basically are tests that test the for choice and test that we properly send a new payload call to the execution client, and that we also notify the execution client. So yeah, now that we have that, we were unblocked to work on those. So I started working on those. It was kind of, and that led me to work on another thing, which was since we were not able to use patch because we had the runners on instead of having them inside test, we had them on the lib folder for some other reasons. So I worked on fixing that, and I had a PR that was merged, and now I'm working on the sync test. I made a very good progress. I'm kind of like having some issues with some tests not passing, which seem to be an issue potentially on the get head calculation. So I'm gonna go dive deeper into this, but it potentially uncovering a bug, or it might be something wrong with the test. But it looks like it's more likely a bug. But I will look into it more deeper to see if it if that's the case. That's it for me.
That's interesting. Great thing you're doing that. The next one is Fernando.
For my part, yesterday I came with another Bitcoin API endpoint. Also, Thomas left some comments in my PR of the SLC static spec test. So, because in those cases are kind of two files, the serialized and the value that is supposed to be the one that is after the coding. But in all those cases, the value of bytes are the same. So the implementation to see what that is the is where.
Sorry, I think that you're mentioning a specific case that you've been working on, and the connection is kind of breaking up. So maybe we can sync afterwards on Telegram on the specific issue. I'm not being able to get the full picture. I got something about expected value and the other file being the same or something like that. We can speak about that in detail after the daily. But yeah, thanks for working on that. Anything else?
No.
Okay, thank you. The next one is Mete.
Hello, everyone. Yesterday we had synced with Thomas about the lib P2P, and like we have like checked the how lib P2P workflow runs in our client, and like I'm I tried to get familiar with it yesterday and made some research about gen stage, thread pools, and back pressure. And I'll be picking an option in between thread pools and back pressure and try to implement that once for the delete from PIDs issue. So that's all updates from me, mostly reading.
Okay, that's cool. Feel free to continue reading until you get the full picture, but I'll probably send you an alternative on which is the best option for this case, at least for this issue, because we have a couple of ideas in mind. Thank you. Those are very interesting topics and very important to get to know them here. The next one is God's Power.
Good day, everyone. So yesterday, I continued work on the implementation of big lists. I've made some progress in terms of understanding other implementations and seeing how to integrate it on our end. And I also noticed what Fernando was talking about, which is that the serialized and the deserialized data are the same. So I think it's from the specter. So I don't know if it's like evolved from our end or something, but yeah, I also noticed it yesterday when I was trying to look at the values. But yeah, I'll continue work on the utilization of weakness today and yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, if I see that you're having an issue that's similar to Fernando, so if the issue continues to be there, we can just talk about it. There's a long-standing discussion, which is on the one hand you have the bit list as the serialized thing, and then the deserialized is completely left to the user as to how to represent it, right? Because you can represent a bit list using a number, you can represent a bit list with the original representation, or you can represent a bit list using like big endian instead of little endian or stuff like that. And that's all like very tricky stuff. And internal representation shouldn't be something that conditions your implementation, only external one. It's only something that you need to take into account. But for all means, we usually don't need to dig deeper into how it's implemented. I think that for localization, you might need to. So, like, please feel free to just, like, if you need to sync with us or like as to how it's implemented in our case, we can just like set up a 5-minute call or something like that. Like to summarize, we only just change the order of the bytes so that operating is easier. Like basically, instead of like they are usually represented as little endian integers, and we represent them in big endian representation because that makes shifting easier and stuff like that. But that's it.
Yeah. Okay. I think yeah, maybe we'll sync on Telegram. But I noticed something like implementations, like I checked out Python implementation and they use like a list of booleans. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
But then their values are kind of different. So like in our case, we might have like a list of like 165, 45, 7, and you're having like true, true, false, false, and like I'm trying to relate how they are doing there and how we are doing ours, but I'm seeing like discrepancies. But I'm still trying to study to understand where where they both meet. So the more I like try to learn, I have any question now.
Yeah. Yeah, let's sync on Telegram on that because that's a very, very, very tricky thing. Like I spent a lot of time with bit lists and with vectors until I had a clear vision of what's internal and external representation, what's little endian bit order, little endian byte order. Like there's a lot of tricky stuff there. So let's sync on Telegram definitely. And the Python representation kind of helped me understand a couple of things, but it also confused me in a couple of others because the Boolean representation kind of gives you the idea that that's the binary representation. But when you make that be the, like, when you serialize that, you see that the byte order completely changes. So while it's little endian bit order in concept, then when you serialize it, it's little endian byte order, which is, yeah, kind of confusing. But sorry, I don't want to take more daily time with this. Sorry that I already did. We can continue the discussion offline. Do you have anything else? Any more updates? Oh, all right. we lost him in the call. Okay, I'll just give my update. I think he was finished anyway. Yesterday, I was mostly with reviewing PRs. I gave some throw time to Fernando's PR because it was a big one and it has like many edge cases that need to be taken care of. And then I helped Mete with the Leap P2P walkthrough. And finally, I've been working a little bit on the finality workshop for tomorrow. And today I will mostly be focusing on that. I will be preparing the workshop and reviewing a couple of PRs. So yeah, I just need to make sure I have all of the slides ready. That's it. Do we have any final comments or questions? All right. Thank you for joining today. See you tomorrow.
See you.